Welcome to Tea Time. Today I'm starting a series on tea stories. There's some fun connections to tea and through tea that I've had throughout my journey of learning about it. I think it's one of the best parts of just this practice of tea that I have come to love is the people that I've been connected with, the opportunities I had while living in China to learn about this. And so I just want to share a couple of the stories and things that I think are fun connections along the way. Today I'm drinking a aged white tea. Speaking of stories, this is one I got in China and I wish I would have bought tons of it. I save this one and just bring it out every so often. Looks like this once I break it all up. So if we can see some of that. Just really pretty green leaves, and then they just have an incredible aroma of like cherries and vanilla and spice. So I'm excited for this one. But the real story of today is talking about this chapan, or a tea table, that was made for me by a good friend of mine as a wedding gift. So I thought of this one first because it is so connected to the tea sessions that I get to have. Ooh, almost ready to smell. Ooh, there it is. So connected to the tea sessions that I get to have. The water drains that I pour here will drain down and through a tube here and go into a bucket, which I've showed on another video or two. But it's just such a fun part of the tea making process to have this little setup. And this board itself has a lot of sentimental meaning to me. So a friend of mine made it as a wedding gift, so about 10 years ago. I've had to refinish it once, but I'm gonna keep this thing forever. So I'll probably do that again in another 10 years. But it also came from a tree that fell down at my parents' farm and sat there for however many years before we cleaned it up. And my friend went out, cut a slab off the tree, of the trunk of this huge ash tree that fell down. Woo! Gotta stop for smells. Oh, that's incredible. This huge ash tree that fell down, cut off a couple pieces. I have an extra piece of this as well. And then turned it into this amazing tray for me that's super unique. Nothing else quite like it. I'll get a shot of the top of it here in just a second. But yeah, every time I just start to think about that, it connects me to my family, to my friends, the experiences I've gotten to share around this tea table. I've taken this around the States, United States actually, used to do tea tasting sessions as part of a job I had recruiting. So I would take this board with me and set it up. So just a really cool way to be connected to so many different things, to be reminded of my home and where I came from. But then also just have this be a part of my daily life still, something I get to use every day. It's beautiful and connects with all those memories. So that is one example of some of the cool things that all of the stuff that I have in my tea kind of little shed here makes me think of. There's stories connected with pretty much everything here. And so this little series will be just sharing a couple of those stories, talking about tea, and hopefully encouraging anyone else out there to get into this practice and see what kind of things you can get into. Golden color, lots of little hairs in there. I don't know if you can see that, but really pretty. And here we go. Aged white tea, super refreshing, super soft and gentle, but has like really high fruity pops to it. Cherries, maybe like almost a strawberry. And then just like overflowing with honey and like almost a caramelly, light caramel. Love this tea. Hope you have some tea today. Hope you enjoyed my little story. Here's a quick shot of the top of the board so you can see where it all goes. And I'll see you next time.